this episode I will give you a tour of my Cobra 700. This is the Cockpit Tiller, and in here I've got a little gas locker which is pretty good, and I've got an electric hookup cable in there as well. Gas obviously used for cooking. That's the throttle lever for the engine. I've got this lazarette locker which is quite deep, it goes right down to the bottom of the boat, and there's a hatch down there, you can just about see it there. That's where I get into the back of the engine if I need to. That's the fuel tank and the fuel filter. A little tap around the back there as well, if you can hear that. There's the fuel tap, and that's the that's my new addition. That's the actually got the Bilge Pump working, because that was all disconnected. Spare gas bottle, new bucket, other bits and pieces, all my mooring lines down there, which just needs a little bit of a tidy up since I've been doing a bit of stuff. Tiller handle, this thing here, which is going to be, I'll show you how this is going to work, if it'll work. It's just a bungee rope, and what I've got an idea here is that I can hook it on the tiller and strap it like that and pull it right round to the other side like that, and that keeps the tiller nice and steady. So if I go a bit of single-handed, the only thing is a bit of a twang, but I can also use it pulling it in to heave to if I want to. So that's my current invention. Let's see how that works. So these are the engine controls. That switches the engine on. So on, power on, starter, various gauges. Got a depth and speed log there. Another little job I did was fix this cable because that was not working properly, and that, believe it or not, is for a TV aerial if you wanted to put a telly in, but I might take that out. Right, so there's the main sheet, up to the boom forward. Obviously got the sheet covers on and everything right up to the mast. Down again. This covers the second-hand one, so it's it needs a good tidy up and a few stitches here and there, but it'll do for now. I might replace that later on. Winches, sheet winches, one there, but they go down to a locking cleat, and obviously I've got the rear cleats there with the fair lead into. This one here, this line here is for the, go forward, deck. It's got a roller furling headsail, which is in pretty good condition. There's a deck lamp there. Unfortunately the bulb's gone, I need to replace that. So yeah, so we've got our vent hatch, that goes to the head. All my comms and bits and pieces in the mast going up and into the mast to do zip up. I'll do that in a bit. I always forget to do something, don't I? But anyway, do that in a minute. So in here, got anchor and chain locker, plenty of line there as well. Do the grease in the Samson. There we go. It's forward. It's a deck hatch which goes down to the full peak cabin. I bought this little trickle charger here at the moment, which is trickling the battery nicely. Everything feeds back to the deck. Okay, so let's step inside. We've got a V-berth at the front, which is quite big. You can see the hatch. Ooh, there. This actually goes back here. Now that's usually where you'd have a wet locker, but it's actually pretty good because it gives you extra leg room. Now, I could take this out and put a wet locker back in, but I think it's actually quite handy because I get to keep this thing on, which is not too bad. And it gives me quite a bit of space. So let's have a look. We've got 2-burner hob with a grill, some storage space underneath the pans and bits and pieces. And this one here, there's a water bottle in there which I'm going to change, put it underneath the V-bar that's over there. But you can see, got running water, which is okay. So right, accommodation wise, so you can see 2 at the front. This table drops down to form 2 berths, or you can take the table out completely actually, and there's a little table that you can put on that far end, which gives the room plenty of room when she's sailing. So that lifts out, and there's the engine. She's a 9 horsepower Volvo Penta 2001, not 2001 but 2001, as in one cylinder. She was installed about 2 years ago, so that's pretty good. Like I say, there's the bilge pump. I've left it as a hose actually, so I can just put it anywhere in the boat that's needed. You can see there's the prop. That's the greaser for the stuffing gland, which I think is a fantastic word. It's the filter for the seawater, because seawater comes in through, for those who wanting to know what a seacock is, there's a seacock. Seawater comes in through that filter, which filters out all the rubbish that comes out in the sea underneath, and that goes into the engine down there. And there's a little housing, this housing here, it's got a little impeller in, which is the water pump. And that pumps water around the engine, and it comes out, goes up this U-tube so nothing comes back in, and then it goes out through the exhaust over there. And the exhaust pops out the other end of the boat. So just to make sure there's water pumping through, when you start the engine, the first thing you do is you look out the back of the boat and see if there's any water coming out. If there isn't, you've got a problem. And that's all good. Yeah, and the engine fires up wonderfully, so actually it's good. And there's that cable I had to shorten because it was way too long. It was the original length, and it was about 5 meters long, all coiled up, so no wonder it broke. There's a few other bits and pieces down there. There's the gearbox, and there's an oil thing. That's where you check the oil on the engine, but there's also a dipstick on there as well, if you can see it. There, that's the gearbox. And like I say, that's the hatchway that opens into the lazarette locker, so if you need to get in there, you can just go through that. Okay, spray dodgers on. She needs a little bit of wax, I think. That's the next job. Give her a bit of a shine. And then I'll take that ladder off. Got a collapsible ladder now, which is a lot easier to do. So I've got the spray dodger on that side as well. Let the rain wash it off a bit. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to taking her out. It's going to be good. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. See you on the next episode.